So the Springfield Prodigy 4¼ inch with the TLR-1 HL light. Finally got the holster for it. TR holsters. We'll see how she does. I like it so far. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. If you're subscribed to the channel, you know how much I absolutely love the Springfield Prodigy. It's my budget 2011 setup. I've done many videos on this since I've got it, and I've got it fairly recently, but you know how I like to set up my guns, light, optic, all that stuff. Well, holster is also a very important part of pistol setup. It's like, you know, you get a sling for your rifle, you get a holster for your pistol. And I know this is a fairly new gun to the market, so new, or maybe someone new Springfield Prodigy owners, or maybe people looking to get a Prodigy, are wondering what kind of holsters that they can get for it. Now, I have heard that they're pretty much compatible with Staccato P holsters, but I think a Staccato P has a 4.6 inch barrel, and this is a 4.25 inch barrel. So, if like me, you just got one of these, or you're looking to get one and you wonder about holsters, well then this video is for you. I waited a long time for this holster, so it's good to finally have it. Very good. So as I said, in fact, I've made videos about like the most important upgrades, and you know, I put sling holster in there as one of the most important things for your firearms that you need. Every pistol needs a good holster. It's a necessary part of your kit. And while that could be, you know, your concealed carry holster, like this is the We the People IWB holster, or what I've been carrying with a lot lately, Tier 1 concealed appendix rig here. For something like the Prodigy, I'm not really trying to concealed carry this thing. This isn't my EDC. Now, I know some people do carry guns this big, and they conceal them, and they're capable of doing that. That's not me. I carry a smaller gun most of the time because I know that it's not going to print much, if at all. And to me, that's an important part of concealed carry. But when I'm at the range, I need a holster that I could draw from and practice that way. Plus, you just need retention on your firearm. You need to be able to put it away and use your hands and carry it around. And so what I wanted for the Prodigy was an OWB holster, or outside the waistband, because that's what I like to use when I'm out at the range, practicing, training, whatever. Besides having a light and optic on your defensive handgun, having a holster is extremely important. Maybe the most important thing. Gotta love those 20-round magazines. So this holster is from a company called TR Holsters, and I actually found them on Amazon, and I will leave a link down below to where you can order this exact holster. They make it, well, it says it's for the 4¼ inch Prodigy, but if you look in here, I believe it's the same holster as you would use for the 5 inch as well. But it's for the 4¼ inch or the 5 inch Prodigy with a TLR-1 HL light. That's kind of the important part for this specific Prodigy. I needed to find a holster that would also accommodate my light setup. Now, a lot of people are getting Prodigies and are using Surefire X300 lights, and there are a lot of holster options for that. But I didn't find as many options that fit the Streamlight TLR-1 HL, and I really, really like this light. I've got it on 3 of my pistols. It costs about half what an X300 cost, and I actually like the paddle buttons, not buttons, but the way you actuate the light, I actually like it better than the buttons that you have on the X300. I just think it's easier to manipulate them. You have your constant on or your momentary. I like this light a lot. It's got 1,000 lumens. It's got as much candela as I need for pistol shooting distances for any kind of defensive scenario. And again, like I said, half the cost of a Surefire X300. But if you get a Prodigy with this light and you're looking for holsters, not as easy to find as you might think. This one is everything that I was looking for in a holster for my Prodigy. It's Kydex. I like Kydex. I like holsters that are molded specifically for the guns, for the setup that you're running. My setup, again, being a 4¼ inch Prodigy with a TLR-1 HL light. And this holster has great retention. It's not an active retention. There's no level 2, level 3, any of that kind of stuff. No hood on it, nothing. It's the same kind of retention that you get in like a concealed carry holster, but where this one, the retention is on the trigger guard, on this, the retention is actually on your light. And so, and it works great. It's, you can't change the retention on this holster is the only thing. There are no screws to, you can't make it tighter or looser. But to me, it comes with the perfect amount of retention. I actually thought it was a little too tight when I first got it. But running it at the range today was the first time that I took it out and used it. It worked great. It holds onto it very, very well. But if you draw, it comes right out without a problem. I also really like the way the actual belt loops are set up on here. I threaded my Core Essentials belt through it perfectly, ratcheted it tight, and this thing, it was comfortable. Had great retention, but it was also very easy to draw from. You can adjust your ride height, and by doing so, you could also adjust your cant if you wanted to. You could, move one up, one down, whatever, cant it either direction if that makes it more comfortable for you to draw that way. But mainly, I wanted to make this video just to get the word out there about TR holsters if it's a company you hadn't heard of and you're looking for a holster for the Prodigy with this light on it. Now, they make holsters obviously for tons of different guns, not just this one. And they do have their own website. Another thing that I want to say about TR holsters though, that I was impressed by at least, so I ordered this initially off of Amazon, and my local post office where I live sucks. They really do. I've had tons of problems with them. They lost my slide to my M&P when I sent it off to get milled for a red dot. I had to fight with them for months for them to pay out the insurance that I paid extra money for so that I could get a new slide. This holster was sent to me and they sent it back. Even though they know me personally, when I walk in, they go, "Hey George." They see stuff of mine with Sawtooth Tactical on it all the time. But they changed their policy, something, and decided to send this back. But TR holsters refunded me my money right away. I did the necessary changes that I had to make at the post office so that I would receive it the second time. And they sent me out another one, and I got it relatively quickly. I'm trying out some new defensive ammo for the Prodigy. This is a Spear Gold Dot. And we'll see how she does. Seems like she runs. One more thing, if you are a new Springfield Prodigy owner, defensive ammunition. So I had been carrying this gun with this SIG Elite Performance, or Elite Defense, excuse me. These are hollow point defensive rounds, 9mm. And I'd run a bunch of them through the gun without any issues. But I had racked the gun a couple times at home and actually had the round hang up on the feed ramp and not go fully into battery. And that was enough to worry me about running this defensive ammo in this specific firearm. Every firearm will not run every defensive round. And so you need to test your stuff and make sure that your gun runs the ammunition that you're trying to run in it. And while it didn't have a problem with these at the range, that was enough to have me worried. And so what I got instead for this gun is Spear Gold Dot, which is this round right here. And what I've got a 20 round magazine loaded up with now. Ran a little bit of this today just to make sure, but you can see the difference in the shape. The Spear, the mouth is just not quite as wide as the SIG ammo, and it's more rounded, which makes it just feed a little bit easier. I have racked this gun many times now with this Spear Gold Dot ammo in the magazine, and every single time it's gone right into battery, no issues. Ran some in it today. Obviously, it worked just fine. And so that will be the ammo that I keep in this gun now. This gun has become my go-to gun. I've now put about 500 rounds through it. One time I got a stovepipe with some cheap 147 grain that was kind of underpowered ammunition. Other than that, all 500 rounds, no issues. 115, 124 grain, hollow points, both kinds, the SIG and the Spear now, no issues whatsoever. I trust this gun completely, and I shoot it better than I shoot any of my other handguns. And with the pistol brace rule thing going into effect right now, this is kind of my primary home defense gun now. Because the last thing I want to do is use an illegal configuration if I ever have to use something actual for defensive purposes, which really bothers me, and I am 100% against this unconstitutional overreach by the ATF. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything about a holster for your new Springfield Prodigy double stack 1911 with a Streamlight TLR-1 HL on it, then hit the like button, share this video with anyone else you know that might be running a Prodigy. Please leave me a comment if you have found a better holster, or if you have used TR holsters and you like them or dislike them, please let me know. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.